So it is actually probably worse than what you're seeing in the media. It's not just people are getting sick, it's people are getting sick and they're staying sick. Since this all started in March, the patients that were sick in March, they're still sick. Um, and yes, there's those certain cases that, someone had a mild case. And I know that a lot of the news, they're showing people leaving the hospital and the happy cases. But the reality is that there are so many patients still in the hospital, still intubated on ventilators.
Were you emotionally prepared for what you are seeing?
Not at all. I'm an emergency room nurse on a usual basis. Uh, the good news is that most of the cases have slowed down. So the social distancing, the self quarantine is really working. We haven't been seeing as many cases come through the emergency room. However, because of that, I'm actually being sort of repurposed as an ICU nurse because I do have critical care experience. So I'm actually now in the ICU maintaining these patients that came in earlier and some of the newer cases that are coming in that are ending up on ventilators. Emotionally, I was not prepared for this at all. This is like nothing I've ever seen. This is not a normal day in a hospital. There's really nothing that I could have been prepared for. You're just looking around and it's a bunch of people who are on ventilators. They've been intubated for some of them 2 months. And if they do wake up, they're waking up alone, unaware of what transpired, unaware that they've been there for 2 months, in shock, no family. Some people don't speak English, so you're trying to communicate as best as you can, and it's terrifying. And those are the best case scenarios where they wake up, and it's just an emotional toll. I mean, you are all that these patients have, and you are the only person to comfort them because we can't allow family in there right now.
Are you seeing that this is across the board as far as it isn't just kidding our elderly population?
Definitely not. There are patients from their 20s to and up. Um, we are seeing a lot of like the middle age zone. One thing that we're seeing that affects the patients a lot is the trifecta of hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. That being said, though, that's not the only thing that's causing it. I wish that there was something I could say that was like, this is the guidelines, like these are the things that are definitely uh, going to cause this virus to attack you. But really, we don't know enough about this virus. We know that there's certain populations that it definitely hits harder with that trifecta, but it doesn't mean that's it.
Let's talk about you a little bit. You're from the area, from Pennsylvania, going into this, being a nurse for 2 years. It must be hard for you to leave home, like other nurses and like a lot of other first responders, leaving their families and putting your own health at risk.
I've been working in the emergency room for a little over 5 years. And when, as a nurse, you feel the need to go and help people that need help. So with this going on, and even though Pennsylvania was hit hard, it was not the situation that New York was in at the time. And you feel the need that you need to go help, but it's definitely difficult. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old at home. I have a husband, my mom and dad, everything that I know I left to come help. And I'm very glad that I did. Not once have I regretted coming here. You kind of just have to push past the fear, and that's what nurses do. Medics, nurses, we all know that anytime we're putting ourselves in danger, even when COVID's not around, it's a dangerous situation. You never know what you could take home to your family or take home and get sick with. But I mean, this is what we chose to do because it's something that's in us. It's not something everyone can do, and I felt that that was the best choice for not only myself, but also the people that needed me.
What is your advice to those who are, questioning social distancing?
So I understand the economic factor. I know that this is a difficult time for everyone in our country, and people are antsy to get back to work. And honestly, I see it even here in the city. I'm shocked at how dedicated the people of New York City are to self-quarantine and social distancing. When I came here, there was actually more traffic at home than there was here in the city. Like I could drive straight through the city without any issues. And I do understand people are antsy, but if you if you want to be able to live for years and do the things that you enjoy and you want your family to be with you for years, self quarantining and self social distancing is helping. It's showing in the numbers, and you need to continue to just do that. I know that a lot of the states are trying to open up and start phasing in opening businesses and letting people out of their homes. And um, I here in the city, we're very, very concerned that we're going to see a second wave from all the people that were self quarantining, going out, and now getting sick. That's going to be devastating for the hospitals. I don't know how we will keep up.
Very, very good. Well, I appreciate you taking some time. I know you have a little bit of time off, and today was actually your day off to kind of like rest and get yourself prepared mentally, I guess, for another grueling couple of days in the ER.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going back. I will be actually in the ICU. I think I'm working like 4 or 5 straight shifts. So it's definitely an emotional toll. It's physical and emotional taking care of all these people.